right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744. So today, guys, we do our World Cup qualifiers debate. We're gonna do a live debate, guys. So we're gonna have people join in, of course. The link is out there in the community tab if you want to join. More than welcome to. And yeah, guys, remember, guys, to like and subscribe. We'll have like a kind of like a laid back category. So we're not gonna do any categories or anything like that because I don't know how many people are gonna join and what's gonna happen. So I'll give you guys a few minutes to settle in, and then we're gonna get started. Hopefully, the stream is gonna be last around an hour. So that is the plan for today. So let's go ahead and read some comments. Seb Ball says, yo, thank you for joining, man, Seb. Like I said, guys, link is out there in the community tab if you want to join. So, like I said, there's that. I'll let people know in live. So, yeah. We're really debating anything at this point. Well, we needed to do, well, we were in international break, so I figured we needed to do something. I feel like this will be kind of an interesting one to do. And I always wanted to kind of have this debate, and you guys voted for it in the poll. I put my option there and the other option there, and this one won the poll. So I think it's only right we do this one. And we're going to, by the way, look for the 2022 edition since we can't really judge the 2026 because obviously 2026 is still very early in the stages and we probably have to wait for it to finish. And so we're going to be discussing for like the 32 team format. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get you guys to join. So, what are you guys saying here in the chat? And next we should debate is really the owner of this channel, though. I think it's South America personally, Condable. Yeah, that's fair. Europe, maybe Dare Selvatru says. I'll put a poll actually. Let's do a poll, guys. Let's do a poll. So, Condable is definitely one. South America. I'll just put South America. And then I would say Africa. Africa's really good in my opinion. And then Asia. And then Europe. I guess we'll do. And remember, guys, we're looking for that 2022 edition. So, yeah. Yeah, everyone, guys, like and subscribe. Get the likes up, guys. Let's try to get up to 10 likes for today's stream. And yeah, guys, like I said, the community, the link is out there in the community tab if you guys want to join the Streamyard Link. So, let's see what you guys are saying. Legadu says hello. Thank you for joining. Europe, UEFA new format Nations League sucks. Legadu says hello, man. Hello. All right, so we got some votes in. We got South America with 4 votes, Europe with 1 vote. I understand tell, but I'll go for South America as you play league with extreme geographic conditions and against Brazil, Argentina. Yeah, I think it's fair. All right, we finally got someone to join. There we have it, man. The main man himself. Sebastian.
What's up? How are you, man? How are you?
Okay.
How are you today?
Okay, so yeah, we're good. So we're gonna we're good. Okay, so we're gonna be discussing about the World Cup qualifiers. Which one is the most entertaining? And for me, I've been a record in saying that the UEFA South America one is the most intense, and I think it is the most intense because every nation plays against each other in a home and away format, and it is very difficult, And usually we get a lot of late drama at the end. Now, I do feel like the expansion has kind of ruined this format in some sense. Like, I feel like this format is not as exciting as it used to be. But prior to the expansion, this format was amazing. Like I believe every single last game of the match day, there's always been drama. Like remember the last edition, what is it called? Colombia missed out, and the Argentina almost missed out 2018, and then Chile also missed out in 2018. Like those kind of like high or like those kind of circumstances at the very end.
Yeah,
So it's always
like
very fine margins.
it's always the end of the match day. We get to define the final spot. So yeah, like this, if we look at this year's carnival, like obviously it hasn't finished yet, but there's still teams that could get the 7th spot. Like there's still Bolivia, Peru. Obviously Chile is still in it, only 4 points up. And then obviously there's Venezuela. So the 7th spot, I think this year, the carnival spot for 7th, I think either way, you're looking at these teams and how they've been playing. I think it will be close. I still think it will go to the end of the match day. And I still think somehow my fellow Chileans will make it somehow to the playoff. But that's probably me being hopeful. But there's still 4 points there.
Well, I want to discuss. I want to discuss the previous editions. We're not discussing this current one.
Like the last edition. I don't know how really that table look like now,
but I can pull it up actually. Carnival.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up.
I mean, if we look at Carnival, like you have teams going right to Bolivia, lose. You have teams who lose to Bolivia at home. You have teams who everyone can beat anyone. Like there's no easy game Carnival. Like Uruguay lost to Argentina at home yesterday, or this night who passed. But yeah, like look at it, like there's teams that can screw things up when like these home games. If you don't win the home games, you're screwed. And and I'm looking at the Chile games that we had.
It's crazy, guys. Yeah, it's crazy. Peru advanced the playoffs with negative goal difference, but only 1 point higher. Whereas Colombia, with 23 points, had +1 goal difference. So you see
honestly, how we played, because we came 7th, obviously. We did not play as bad. We probably should have been higher up because we actually played good. Like we didn't score enough goals, did not get enough wins. Like you can scroll down to look at the Chile games, but how it went. But like, look, you're losing to Uruguay first game. Like that's obvious. Then like, if you look at these games, like Bolivia, they gave Argentina a shot. Like obviously it was 0 attendance because it was during COVID time, I think.
Yeah.
So you look at these games, like 1-1 against freaking Bolivia. Like you see these games, and Bolivia obviously draw against Colombia as well at home. So it's not really. It's really tough to play in South America when you really look at it. Obviously, there's teams like Brazil, Argentina, but then there's no easy game. Like Ecuador, they have been struggling. Everyone has struggled. Like even though Argentina, they destroy each group or qualifying each time, and Brazil, but like when you match against, take for Chile example, when you give Chile against Argentina home, you'll see it's not easy for Argentina to play because of obviously the rivalry, but like playing away in CONMEBOL, that's a huge difference to playing like in Europe away games. Like the pressure of playing at home in CONMEBOL, it's not like you have to win the home games in CONMEBOL. Like in Europe,
Yeah, for sure.
in Europe, you don't really have to win. Like you can lose one game at home, and then you can like take points away and then win the rest at home. Like here, you really have to win the home games.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So for me, as I say, South America is the best for the 32 teams. I feel like four teams and the one team make through the playoffs. I think it was perfect. It was genius. And look at how close where Colombia and Chile were respectively. So I just feel like for me, World Cup qualifier South America has always been close. Like I mean, we can just look at the previous one, 2018 one. Look at the stands right here. Chile literally missed out on goal difference. And then 2014.
We should have qualified for that one, by the way. We should have. But
okay, 2014. Look how close it was. Uruguay had to go through the playoffs.
But Brazil wasn't there because they were the host. So
yeah.
Like, and that's where, and we look at that time, Chile were actually probably the second best behind Brazil.
Yeah, but I would just look at the margins. Like, look how close it is. Like Ecuador just missed out by 1 point. Like,
we could see the top three. Like, look the top three. Like, it's obviously for the 2014. The top three were miles ahead of.
But what the point I'm trying to make here is like, look how close it is. Like between the playoffs and not making the playoffs, like it's always close. Like it's either about point or goal difference. Like it's super close, Yeah.
Like so, 1998, that was crazy.
Yeah. Well, this one they didn't have the what is it called, home and away structure, but 1998 onwards they had the home and away. So.
Yeah, when Chile qualified with basically that Colo-Colo team, Universidad Chile team.
Let's go ahead and read some of your guys' comments. Usually CONMEBOL, there's not really any really bad teams, so more exciting. Yeah, that's also another point. Like even like the worst teams, like Bolivia, Venezuela. Well, I'm saying historically, I don't mean currently, but I feel like those teams is still better than your worst teams in other confederations. It's better than Maldives. It's better than San Marino. It's better than Gibraltar. And I'm pretty sure those nations would beat them. Maybe in the future we could do this, guys, and I think it'll be a really fun one. Maybe we could do a World Cup of Minnows, which Minnow would win that. That could be fun. But yeah. Well, there, Matt says CONMEBOL is even more predictable than UEFA, but with fewer goals. Nah, I disagree. I don't think CONMEBOL is more predictable.
UEFA is so predictable. You can predict every team, and they will qualify.
So, hi, my friend. Thank you for joining, Darius. Man plays in cities like La Paz, Barranquilla, and Guayaquil, gives you a significant local advantage. Yeah, that's also another thing. Home advantage, home factor is really big.
Yeah, like
Italy last World Cups. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, like Chile missed one. Colombia missed out too. So and yeah,
we actually missed that. We can miss 3 in a row, which is disgusting. But yeah, like we have missed with margins. Like we haven't been terrible. We've just been unlucky in some games.
Imagine Italy losing to Norway, missing another World Cup for the third time. No, Italy. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hopefully.
I think Bolivia will get 7th place spot at the playoff. They have 3 huge games at home. Is huge. I actually think they have both because the playoffs are neutral. Potentially. The expansion's taking a big blow to CONMEBOL format. It was that good in the past. I'm still trying to work on number 1. Yeah, that's the thing, Sebastian. I don't like the new format with CONMEBOL. I feel like 7 teams. That's too generous. It should have been 5.5. Like it should have been like top 5 automatic, and then 6 go to the playoff. I just feel like 7 is just too generous. And given the state of CONMEBOL right now, it just feels like we have a 2-way battle for that playoff spot between Bolivia and Venezuela. So it just feels like with the expansion, it's just kind of made things not as exciting as it used to be. I don't think we're gonna get that much.
Let's see how that 7th battle goes on when this actual round is coming up. when it's finished. So
Yeah, Venezuela or Bolivia in a playoff spot. And Bolivia
I
goes
mean,
to Intercontinental.
they play each other soon against each other.
Yeah. I believe it goes to Intercontinental playoff. CONMEBOL will only send 16s because Bolivia will never win away. 2022 has the best Intercontinental playoffs format. Yeah, I can probably
mean,
agree with that.
yeah.
Bolivia should be Bolivia could be CONCACAF teams away or New Caledonia.
I mean, Bolivia has won an away game also this qualifiers, sadly, but
remember, guys, the playoffs are gonna be a neutral venue, so no team's gonna have the home and away advantage. So it's pretty much fair for everyone. So
they should play that
Sebastian,
in Antarctica, by the way.
Sebastian, do you think let's say Bolivia do make the playoffs? Do you think Bolivia can beat those CONCACAF teams or New Caledonia?
Which CONCACAF team can they play? Like, I don't know.
Like let's say, like, I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying they're gonna do it, by the way. Excuse me. Maybe like, I don't know, Haiti, maybe like Trinidad, something like that.
I mean, Haiti against Bolivia, that would be cool to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Bolivia should probably make it.
Yeah. Yes, for Wales, Costa Rica, Australia 4 years ago. You have a New Caledonia versus an Intercontinental playoff. Wait, what if New Caledonia actually beats New Zealand, guys? What are we saying?
We'll be there. We'll be there.
At 14 hours.
I mean, that would be crazy. New Caledonia makes a World Cup. And
yeah,
a certain nation doesn't.
Yeah, they could probably also beat AFC Interconfederation teams. Yeah,
true.
New Zealand qualify. I think it's about Bolivia. No, I don't think Bolivia.
AFC, which teams? I mean,
like, are we saying, like, do you think they can be like a UAE, Bahrain, and Jordan?
I mean, maybe they can. I mean, if you put Bolivia against Saudi, Bolivia's gonna win that. And I'm being honest, by the way. Bolivia would beat Saudi.
Okay. New Zealand will qualify the World Cup for the third time. Bolivia is crap away. Honduras and Trinidad can beat them.
I mean, we're gonna look at also matchups. Like maybe Bolivia is better against some teams.
Brazil dominated qualifying round. The only tough games was Colombia, Argentina. Other than that, they destroyed every other team. Argentina is the most regular. 2012 World Cup qualifying.
They didn't destroy Chile, by the way. So
Brazil. Brazil didn't even win a single game away from home. When Brazil's not doing good, qualifying turns dangerous to World Cup. Yeah, that's a scary point. Like, everyone's writing Brazil off, but don't be surprised if Brazil win the World Cup 2026. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I'm just saying I'm just saying, man, it could happen.
There's one nation that's coming for it, by the way.
Chile should have made the appeal in 2018. It also worked in Peru's favor and took them to the Intercontinental playoffs. Comments about this, Sebastian?
I mean, it's not really the appeal that was the problem. It's the actually we should have taken more points in that. We actually play good enough to get that fifth. Like that appeal doesn't even. I don't even care about that, honestly.
It also currently 6 first teams for the World Cup. The playoffs was the only thing in the challenge. Yeah, that's a sad thing. Like it feels like, because with the CONMEBOL format now, it just feels like it's still obvious. Like, we're gonna get the top 6. Like, it's very obvious that Venezuela.
I mean, if every team in CONMEBOL, in every 10 team, if every team was as good as each other, then we would like, this is gonna be very, very interesting. But now there is teams that are crap, and there's teams that are very good, like Argentina, Ecuador, Colombia, Uruguay, Brazil, and the rest are garbage. Sadly, one of them is also garbage.
But yeah, like, I'm not saying
CONMEBOL. The CONMEBOL is not competitive anymore, honestly. In that case of the teams are not level with each other.
Yeah, like that, like I said, and the previous format, when it didn't get expanded, like, see, on 32 teams, I think CONMEBOL's the best. Maybe we'll discuss here which is the best of 48. I mean, it's still kind of early to say, so maybe we'll hold off for, but we can say currently, I guess. And yeah, but I'm not saying CONMEBOL, but it was better than AFC and CAF. 2030 World Cup qualifying is going to look like a Mickey Mouse circus for CONMEBOL, especially idea 64 teams. I am pretty soft. I'm pretty certain there's no way
if it's 64 nations and 9 will qualify for CONMEBOL, Chile will find a way to get 10th. I just know that. But hopefully,
CONCACAF format as a contender. Ooh, CONCACAF. What are we saying, man?
I don't know.
What are we saying, man? But you know, the thing with CONCACAF, it's very similar to CONMEBOL. You know, at least the last edition format. So
plus you have weaker teams as well, much weaker teams.
Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and rank. Let's rank. So obviously, I think me and you, Sebastian, we both agreed that number 1 is going to be CONMEBOL for 2020. Number 1 is going to be for 32 teams. What is number 2?
Europe, probably.
Europe. Let me think this through. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up this thing real quick. I want to pull up the standings here.
I mean, the 2022, there's teams that missed out that are really, really good. But probably at the time they weren't that really good. But probably UEFA in 2022 World Cup qualifiers, it had teams that it was more competitive because you had the likes of. Okay, I'm not putting any stocks in San Marino, but they did some good stuff in the European.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was Europe, but we have nations who actually getting a little bit better.
Okay, let's read some comments. South America is usually most exciting for me, but with the extra spot and potential playoff spot, all the big teams will qualify easily this time. I agree. Obviously, it's a really good, simple format. New Zealand's quality wouldn't change regardless. Yeah, it's simple, I suppose.
I mean,
my issue though with OFC is that it's pretty lopsided.
Yeah, it's one-sided. Like you have New Zealand, and you have New Caledonia, Fiji. I don't know. Maybe if you put Australia there, it would be better. But
yeah, Japan already qualified.
Yeah, it's too easy for them.
Man, Burkina Faso, Emirates, Eras beat Bolivian Blink. I mean, we don't know for certain, man. We don't know for certain.
We don't know.
They'll probably be favorites, but we can't say that for certain. On his best format now, personally, I like AFC the most, but that's where CONMEBOL was fire. Bolivia put itself in the fight for the playoff due to the move from La Paz to Alto, which is inhumane. Yeah, the quality of the team should affect the format. UEFA was crazy this year. The Nations League format sucks. What was better in the CONCACAF, the Hex or the Octagonal? Personally, for me, I think the Hex was better. I think the Hex is better. What do you think, Sebastian?
The Hex, in my opinion. The Hex.
Yeah, I mean, look at this right here, guys. Let me show you the Hex right here. Look at this. It was fine margins. Basically, everyone was competitive except Trinidad for 2018 cycle. And then we look at the 2014.
It's crazy how USA missed that World Cup because that was competitive.
Yeah, and look at this. Even here, it was pretty much all competitive except for
Prime Costa Rica.
Canada. Yeah. And look at this. Mexico had to make it to the playoffs. You know, I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe CONCACAF we should give more respect to. Maybe we should give more respect to CONCACAF. This is actually pretty interesting. I like the Hex format, but obviously they're not doing the Hex anymore. They did the Octagonal, which I think is... Let me look. I'll show you guys the Octagonal. I mean, just look at this right here, guys. Yeah. I mean, besides Panama, Jamaica, El Salvador, Honduras were awful. Yeah. So, yeah, for me, I'm going to go the Hex. The Hex was amazing. And then let me see. I want to look 2010 one real quick. Yeah, the Hex. Hexagonal is great. 2006. Oh, they didn't have. They had Hex this time. So yeah, Hex. You know what? Am I saying CONCACAF is second best? I didn't think I would be saying this, but maybe I might.
I mean, yeah, I probably say that because each time, you see USA gets ready, and then it's to fourth place. It's 3 points, 2 points. Like it's very competitive. Like if you put USA, Mexico, Panama, and these countries down one, round to the early round, it would be too easy.
Yeah.
So
All right, let me write this down. Yeah. So 2022. So first we're saying CONMEBOL.
Yeah, then
Second
CONCACAF.
we're saying CONCACAF. We're gonna put a parenthesis in hex, not the octagonal. Now, what are we saying about CAF, guys? CAF qualifiers, because man, I really enjoyed the last CAF qualifiers.
Oh, that's funny to watch, man. So fun to watch.
Because guys, look at this right, the second round. Okay, like look at how close each group was. Like every group was pretty close, except maybe this group. Group E wasn't close, and maybe Group F. But every other group, and maybe Group H, and maybe Group I, like every other group was pretty close. The playoffs, the two-legged ties, it was amazing. Like that was really intense.
I like the two-legged ties, by the way. I like that.
It was very dramatic. I will say this though, that I do feel like in terms of fairness, it's probably not the best way to determine, but in terms of entertainment, it is definitely the most entertaining.
Yeah.
Like because all these playoff ties were pretty close. The only one that wasn't close was basically Morocco DR Congo, but the rest was like pretty close, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna say that one. And for me, this is my favorite format for Africa, honestly.
By far.
Yeah, because 2018, man. I mean, look at this, man. Yeah, wow. So you had the group winners. Man, look at the group that Nigeria got: Zambia, Cameroon, Algeria. Wow. Jeez. Yeah, DR Congo was close. Yeah, Africa qualifiers underrated. So I'm gonna give Africa.
Yeah, same. Like, and you can see the Group C there, like down at the Group C, like look at these teams, like it's tough groups. Like I like that format, by the way. I wish they continue with that format because it would be much better. But yeah.
Wait, so you prefer this over the two-legged ones?
Yeah, like the third round.
Yeah, so 2014 that had the two-legged playoffs there.
Yeah, like and the group stage, like it's more fun, like because you play each other twice still, but it's basically you draw points to the other team, you probably won't qualify.
The problem with Africa, guys, is that it's very inconsistent. Sometimes you get the sometimes they change the format too much. Like, you know, you have like what is it called? Group stage for the third round, and then the playoffs, and like it's very weird. That's why CAF is a bit irregular. So, welcome, man.
Hi.
Hello, man.
Nice to see you. Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So we're debating the qualifying then.
I think it's a bit laggy. Hold on, let me wait. All right, let me refresh my stream. Oh, I think it's better now. Okay, I think it's better. But yeah, I mean, I was just saying, man, like Africa is just a bit weird because, like, you know, sometimes they do the what is it called, the group stage, and sometimes they don't do the group stage, so it's a bit weird in that sense.
Yeah, if you remember, like the 2018
qualifying
had like the final round was like 5 groups, and the group winners all qualified there. Then 2022 had the second round had like 10 groups of 4, with the group winners going into the third round where they all faced off in a playoff. And now this year is just the 9 groups of like 16. So yeah, for the last 3 like World Cup cycles, they like changed their qualifying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Like for me, I think in terms of fairness, I do think that this year is probably the most fair. Like every group is like pretty even. Like you got 6 teams, and the group winners automatically make it through. I just don't really like the fact that only the 4 second place teams advance by the highest
Yeah,
points. I think it's a bit
that's a little
unfair.
confusing to determine. I think
But it is probably the best in terms of fairness of all the
yeah.
formats.
It's still kind of competitive though, because if you like look at Group B this year with Sudan being on top of it, in a group with Senegal and DR Congo in it, even Group D being very close, like Cape Verde, Cameroon, those guys, Angola, Libya. But yeah, I think last in like the 2022 qualifying, I think the region that was very interesting was CONMEBOL. I liked CAF, but it was very like looking back on it, it's very punitive. Like seeing how, especially if like look how Algeria did, how they're literally like 2 minutes away from making the World Cup, but Cameroon scored an away goal and knocked them out. But yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So yeah, I mean, what's your guys' favorite format of the past? Like, let's not include 2026 because we have to wait for it to finish. So, do you guys prefer the group stage, the final round, or do you prefer the playoffs? For me, I think playoffs is better, in my opinion.
yeah, I like the playoffs too, but yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the group stage, as we saw in the final rounds, it was a bit unbalanced, as Matt's put it out there. Unbalanced in the final round. Nigeria, Zambia, Algeria, Cameroon, Tunisia, DR Congo, Libya, and Angola.
I mean,
goes
for
next
me,
as well.
Well,
For me-
Tunisia's group though, DR Congo made it kind of close though. They were 1 point off of them at the end. They almost made it out too. They were leading in their game, I
Yes.
think, when they played them, but then Tunisia scored 2, and like that's kind of what knocked them out
Wow.
when they played at home.
I mean, AD for me, like the group stage thing, like, you have to have a balanced group
Yes.
or like very good group. Like if it's playoffs, then it's probably more interesting. But yeah, I'll probably say playoff, but like, it depends also. Like how is a group? How is a group being like if Nigeria is having like Cameroon, Tunisia, Algeria, like it
Yeah.
depends on the group.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about the playoffs. The away goals extra time, I think is stupid. I think that's a bit unfair. But I do like the away goals rule. Like if I think that's a great rule. But just extra time shouldn't be counted. I think is unfair. AFC is equal to CONCACAF, but now Japan can kick any CONCACAF available. It is UEFA's level. Yeah, Japan, man. They should honestly. I think Japan's good enough to play UEFA qualifiers. Actually, obviously it's a very hypothetical, but how would Japan do UEFA qualifiers, guys? I'd be very interested to see. Obviously, we'll never know, but yeah, we can always try a simulation, I guess. If CAF has more quality than CONCACAF, but none of them could compare CONMEBOL competitive. Oh yeah, of course. Any current second in any CAF group can beat Bolivia in playoffs. Yeah, they're probably favored to do so.
Yeah, the thing with CONMEBOL, sorry, but the thing with CONMEBOL being kind of competitive, even though Bolivia's bad there, they're not a bad team in the world. Like if they go play like some other teams in other regions, they'd still win. It's just they have a very tough region to play in. And they're used to the stuff away from home.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, and the thing is, I even said this, like the worst teams of South America is better than the worst teams of Asia. Worst teams of Africa is better than those teams.
The only thing I don't like is the format now with like 6 teams making it directly and 7th going to the intercontinental playoff. When like last year it was the only top 4 directly qualifying. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's too generous. Like it would, if top 5 made it through, then and 6 goes.
CONMEBOL is literally only 10 members too, so you're literally letting like 70% of the confederation have a chance at making it. Even with like UEFA, not that much of the confederation makes it because they have like 55 members.
I mean, I'm not complaining, by the way. 7 spots, I take it. I'm not going to complain.
I don't think Chile's still going to finish in the top 7 though, with how they've done though.
I mean, let's see. There's still games.
It's not over. I mean, they can still catch Bolivia.
Yeah, we still play that. So
okay, guys, let's move to AFC, guys. Let's look at AFC World Cup qualifiers. The thing I like about AFC is that I think it's the most consistent. I think them and UEFA are the most consistent ones. That they rarely change the format.
I like the format they have now though, but in the past, like people have pointed this out, you'd always get like the same 4 or 5 teams making it from AFC. Just like in
You know,
2002, we had China, and 2010 was North Korea. They made it over Iran in that group too.
yeah, the only thing I didn't like about AFC format in the past was that not all the second place teams advance, which I think is a bit unfair. I mean, look at this. Tajikistan in advance, Uzbekistan in advance.
Yeah, Uzbekistan is crazy. Yeah,
Like,
Uzbekistan even before the format change, they're still a pretty decent side in Asia. Like in the Asian Cups, they'd make it to like the knockouts, and in qualifying they'd do all right here. But in 2022, they weren't even good.
Yeah, like that's the only thing I didn't like with AFC format in the past. Like, not all second place teams advance, but I do like the third round. I think third round is great, as you can see right there. And yeah, I think it's fantastic. Then you have a playoff game between them. So honestly, I really like AFC format. It's fair. It's just the thing I didn't like was all the second place teams.
It's crazy. Last qualifying, Japan wasn't that good. Like they lost their first game at home to Oman. Then they lost like their third game. We thought at one point they wouldn't make it. Now this time they're just completely kicking everyone's ass.
I mean, it was a trash group that Japan got in the qualifier.
No, it was a good group.
I mean, the group they have now is the same as they did in 2022. They had Australia, Saudi Arabia.
Although, to be fair, Japan did practically get the same group as last year.
They have a West Asian team like Oman. They have Bahrain now. They had Oman back then.
Hey, AD, show Japan's group for this year.
China, and then instead of Vietnam, they had Indonesia. It's like a carbon copy of the group they have.
Yeah,
now.
It's very similar. Yeah, it's very similar. So I mean, Asia format, guys. I mean, I'm gonna give it fourth per se, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't like. The only thing I don't like is the gap between the nations. Like you have Japan who wins like 7-0, 8-0. Like they win by huge margin. Obviously, because they're too good, probably. But
it's just it's like for the mid-table teams. Like this format wasn't good for them. Like Iraq, Uzbekistan. Like it'd be very hard for them to make it. And it'd always be like the top five.
They're not bad teams, but the problem is the teams that are too good.
Like in this format, like we're gonna see Uzbekistan probably make it, and we're probably gonna see like Jordan, Iraq, one of them make it too. So
I mean, Jordan's decent team. They have some good players.
Now we're gonna be looking at UEFA, guys, and for me, in my opinion, this is the most overrated confederation for qualifiers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like UEFA's one that much. I will say this though, as much as I don't like UEFA's, I do like the fact that only group winner automatically qualifies, which is great. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just not really a huge fan of the UEFA one, man.
I would love to see the only first place team in the UEFA qualifying.
I think one problem UEFA has that some like the other regions don't is they don't have like one round before like all the groups where they can have all the lower ranked teams play each other. Because then they end up in a group with like Portugal. They just keep getting destroyed every game.
Yeah, like I feel like what would have been nice, like if we had 4 teams, like Azerbaijan shouldn't be there, like Kosovo.
Yeah, like if they had like CAF's format from 2022, if they had like those 10 groups of 4 teams, that would have been kind of competitive, and you'd still have like the second place teams go to the playoffs.
That's why I like that. Like people will give stick for it, but that's why I think the Nations League coming in was very key.
And another thing, another way you have to look at this is like the players like the top nations don't have to play as many games now. Like you get to save like 2 extra games from like having to play like San Marino away.
Like AD, look at San Marino for example. Like they are probably 2 games from making this World Cup. Who knows?
Man, look at this, man. Minus 45.
Look at the last one. Look at the last one. They were terrible.
Yeah.
Like, and they played a pretty decent game against Cyprus, by the way. But look at the teams who missed obviously the last World Cup. Like, we have some very good teams that did not make it. Like Sweden didn't make it. I'm still pissed about that, but
okay. So I got a question for you guys for you. I got a question for you guys for UEFA. Is it better that they actually stop the 2-legged playoffs, or are you like the single games? That like they have like league phase kind of stuff.
I mean, it gives me more heart attack if Sweden play this game But
So
I mean,
I mean, the
I like the second one. The second game.
so
Like,
you like the fact the playoffs changed. You like the fact that we have a single games to determine which nations make the World Cup.
yeah, I think it should be 2 legs. By the way,
Yeah, I
Honestly,
also
I'm
think
not sure.
because if you lose the game, the final, you don't have a chance to qualify. Like, for example, Sweden, Poland. Like, if we had a second leg, I think we would have had a chance to make it.
Actually, you know what? The single games is decent, but I just don't like the fact that one team has a home advantage, one team has like. I don't like that part. But if it's
Yeah,
neutral
like,
venues for all the games, that would be great. That'd
yeah,
be
playing
fantastic.
neutral. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I don't
why
like the fact that. Yeah,
I
I don't
was
like that.
very. That's why I was very angry when we had to go to Poland and play, because I did not want to play away in Poland. I want to play home.
Yeah, because look. Yeah,
But
because look at those guys. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, AD, but like the seeding is based off, I think, how you did in the qualifying too. So, like the better ranked teams overall got like to play at home.
Yeah.
How did Poland do better than us and still got the home game? I don't get that. We did better than Poland and we still got the final away. I don't get that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Typical. This world doesn't want me to get to a World Cup final.
I feel like you know what? I actually like the form. I wish it was single games. I wish it was neutral venue. I think that's better. I think.
I mean, if
Kind of
not,
like the Interconfederation playoffs.
If not neutral, give 2 legs at least, so you at least have a chance again. Because if you have 1 leg, you lose that one. Then you have to wait 4 years for another freaking World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, our man. So, what's your thoughts on UEFA, man?
I mean, having like watched like other like qualifying regions, I don't like UEFA as much, like compared to like I guess like CAF or like AFC, but it's still okay, I guess. But like, I feel like at times it might be overrated, especially when you like look at like the top teams, like who they've played. Like a lot of like the lower ranked teams in UEFA aren't as good, but I mean, last qualifying was pretty interesting though, because like especially the playoff round where we saw Italy missed it. Oh yeah, and Russia also was disqualified from that too. They couldn't play Poland at home. That would have been interesting if that game happened, but it didn't.
Yeah, we could have had a Russia versus Sweden.
Even despite this format, we still almost got a new debutant from UEFA. Macedonia almost made it because they beat if they beat Portugal, but they weren't even like good in the Portugal game because they lost that 2-0. But they still they beat Germany, I think either at home or away in the group phase before that. So you can still get upsets here and there in UEFA, but at the end of the day, we see a lot of like the top teams making it through.
Yeah, UEFA has the least upsets, in my opinion. Of all the confederations, it has the least upsets.
Yeah, Asia as well too. I feel like look, Japan's still making the World Cup. Australia. Also, well, back then Australia had to go through the playoff. It was kind of hard for them, but even still, they'd make it. Iran's still doing well. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go. AD, if you want, we could look at also for next year, like this qualifying cycle also.
All right, guys, let's look at OFC, guys. So, OFC, let's show some OFC some love. So, obviously we got the 2 groups. This group, man. What the
heck? I mean,
oh yeah, I remember that. I think they both. I don't think they both withdrew at the same time, but that game just didn't happen.
I mean, that group was cooked, by the way. But yeah, like why canceling games anyways? Oh, yeah, COVID. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we have the playoffs here. To be fair, OFC is probably the most simple. I do like this format, but the issue is New Zealand is too good for this confederation.
Send New Zealand to like somewhere. Don't make them.
Yeah.
Well, the main issue with Oceania is just like the size of like the other countries and stuff. They don't have as much like and like infrastructure and like money wise, I don't think they have as much as New Zealand does to like compete well. And even before, like when Australia was here, they are still like kicking everyone's butt here. And then they decided to move to AFC, so it'd be more competitive. I don't know if New Zealand could move to AFC though, because of like traveling distance as well. That kind of stuff.
Potentially. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, like I feel like if New Zealand weren't as amazing, then I probably would have enjoyed this one more. It's just that because it's very one-sided, and like I just feel like it's not as competitive, it's not as even, I feel like there's like one nation's like clearly on top of the others, So, yeah. But yeah, but that's just how it is. So, let's go around the room, I guess.
I'm just watching OFC just because for vibes, really. Because I know New Zealand would win, but like, I watched all the games. Like, why bother watching New Zealand, man?
All right, let's look at this. Let's look at this comment. So Matt says, "Where are we? Right here." This is his rankings, and I guess we'll give his rankings. So he says CONCACAF first, CONMEBOL second, UEFA third, OFC fourth, and the fifth CAF, sixth AFC. Okay. I guess I'll get my rankings. I'll say fifth. I'll say first CONMEBOL. I'll say second CONCACAF, third CAF, fourth Asia, fifth UEFA, sixth OFC. That's my rankings.
I mean, I'm going for CONMEBOL first. Then I'm going for CONCACAF, UEFA, CAF, AFC, and then OFC.
Well, you are, man.
I'd say CONMEBOL's first. I'm kind of like stuck with second. I mean, with CONCACAF, they were okay. Like I liked the format they had, but I feel like in terms of like how the qualifying was last time, I don't know if it was that good. I'd say maybe CAF would be second, CONCACAF third, then AFC fourth, UEFA fifth, and then OFC last. Because OFC is like the most like textbook confederation, so I'd put that one in last.
All right. Okay, so what's your favorite for the new format so far? For me, my favorite of the new format so far, it might be CAF. I'm gonna say CAF actually for me, the best for this new format so far.
I like AFC. Maybe that's because I've like seen that's like the region I've seen the most qualifying of, but I like the format they have now for AFC. But the thing is, it's a little too like, I guess like stretched out. Like there's like so many rounds just to like determine a lot of these things. But a good thing they do with the qualifying is they combine it with the AFC Asian Cup qualifying.
Oh, yeah, that's genius. That's amazing. I love that.
So all the teams that are in the third round now, they already qualified for the Asian Cup. And then the teams that finished third and fourth from the second round are still having to play their stuff. I think they do that Tuesday.
Yeah. I love CAF the most because I feel like we have the most chance for debutants of all the confederations.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and I feel like it's.
They deserve like more teams in the past too, as well.
Yeah, and I feel like I just feel like CAF is the most unpredictable confederation too. So I feel like there's bound to be the most upsets. So that's why I'm going.
I like Albert's list there, but from his list, I would probably change CAF to third and then AFC fourth from his list. But
so, what's your favorite for the new format so far?
I mean, well, obviously I haven't seen the UEFA ones because it's now finished.
Yeah, it's.
But I probably would say CONMEBOL because I don't know, it feels special in a way that you play each game like a final. Like for Chile example, like the final is gonna be played versus Ecuador to depend if we can qualify or not. They have last chance, but you have Uruguay who beats Argentina away, and then Argentina beats Uruguay away. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, AFC the most. Okay, you know what? Let's do a poll, guys. Let's do a poll for the new format so far.
I mean, let's see. It depends how it goes for a certain nation. Because who knows if I like UEFA or not.
Okay, I'm not gonna put a UEFA since we haven't seen much of it, so I'll just put CAF, AFC, and what is it called? CONMEBOL.
I mean, if my certain nation go 6 wins in the qualifying group, then I might rate UEFA higher.
Yeah, don't be biased. Anyways,
I mean,
but doing CONMEBOL was fire. Yeah, I agree. Tasdoing was great. It put itself on the fire for the playoff due to. Okay, I think I read this.
I mean that's fair. That's fair. The fact that I have to go to El Alto next to play these pricks, obviously they're gonna play against Uruguay, and then they're gonna face my nation after that. But
yeah,
I don't know.
We're about to wrap things up, guys. Yeah, we're about to wrap things up, guys. Now, Nations League format sucks. Yeah, I don't like the Nations League being involved with the World Cup.
I mean, it gives San Marino a chance, so I don't care.
Okay then. Yeah, the hex is better. The hex is better than octagonal. My opinion is Africa might be 5 spots actually really tough. Yeah, Africa, like the spots were very hard because we usually every single World Cup, Africa, there's always one big nation that misses out. Like last one, it was Egypt, Nigeria, 2018, probably Ivory Coast, you could probably say.
Nigeria missed the 2022.
No, I'm saying 2018. 2018. So the point I'm trying to make here is that there's usually at least one big African nation that misses out. The CAF second difficult. CAF is just too hard. If you have a group like with Egypt,
Ghana missed out in 2018.
That's
they're garbage anyway. So
or it's like Ghana. It's too much down to luck at what Paul 1-3 could get. If you have a group with, like in Egypt, then you don't have a chance. Look at the teams out the second in the CAF. 2/3 of them beat Bolivia. We'll see. New Zealand will eventually switch to other confederations like Australia to get more challenge. Do you think they're ever going to? I mean, now they got automatic spot.
Bring them to CONMEBOL.
I don't see New Zealand switching because like they have an automatic spot now essentially, so there's no point for them to switch.
Yeah,
So
a certain nation wants to go to a certain region, by the way. I'm talking about Brazil, by the way. They want to go to.
Yeah, the other hand, Octago had more limited spots last round. Doubt than OFC might as well not exist. And half of these teams start in the final round anyway. You know that for CONCACAF, it will be Panama, Costa Rica, then the rest compete for the remaining 1.5, maybe Jamaica. African qualifiers underrated. I rated that. CAF has more quality than CONCACAF, but it's not like CONMEBOL competitors. Oh, yeah, of course. That's obvious. Yeah, CAF had unbalanced groups of final round. Yep. AFC to go to CONCACAF, but now Japan can kick any CONCACAF. It was UEFA's level. Yeah.
I mean, Japan against USA, who would win?
I will not be there. Anyway, some relations you have want access to won't be a true reflection on Japan can do on UEFA, especially as you can't fix and update the lineup. I mean, we're just doing it for fun though. We're not like we're not taking like it's obviously difficult to make it accurate, 100% accurate.
I don't think. Let's see how Japan does in the World Cup, by the way.
AFC Crown World Cup qualifiers keep attention until the end. You may have teams like Iraq or Jordan, real chance. Okay,
no, they won't.
Well, UEFA system gets a chance to World Cup playoff with Vietnam and Nations League. Even Samurai could be in the playoff. Yep. It's not perfect, but solid. I would argue it also has the best playoff format, though. Neutral winners for final will take it from very good to near perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still good. It's still good. I still like it, but it's not like I still prefer the others, but it's still good.
Let's say you play a playoff neutral venue. Let's say North Macedonia against Finland, for example, and you play it in Poland or somewhere like that. Sweden are not missing out, by the way, because we're winning the group. So
we'll see. Man, Macedonia not beating Italy in 2 legs. It's all or nothing like final. That is true though. When you have 2 leggers, though, usually the better team, the team with more quality advances.
Yeah. Especially when they play at home as well. I mean, but Italy played at home against Macedonia.
They still lost.
And they still lost.
Who knows? Like
okay. I know it's really hypothetical, guys, but do Italy beat North Macedonia over 2 legs?
I think now they do. I think they might have improved from like 2018, 2022, but I don't think it'll be like easily like beating them like they would have in the past.
The new UEFA format rewards a better team. The home leg. It would be better if the finals were neutral. The 2 legs was kind of boring.
Okay, so let's say it's Sweden against Finland. Who would get the home game?
Which way? What are the 2 teams?
So if it's the playoff final is Sweden Finland, who will get the home game?
Oh, probably Sweden. I'm pretty sure Sweden because Sweden's higher ranked.
Hopefully I see Italy in the playoffs.
In South America, almost everyone qualifies, so I don't think it's interesting. We're talking about the previous editions. Yeah, I do agree. South America's not. I think the new format's kind of ruined South America, to be honest with you. So yeah, the problem is you cannot have UEFA World Cup playoff outside of Europe as the intercontinental playoffs. Yep, at least upside that's meritocracy for you. Yeah, big up. I like UEFA qualifiers, but African qualifiers for me is most interesting. I agree. Let's talk about how hard
Oh my god!
No one wants this call.
No, I'm sorry, Albert. You're so shameless. Like nobody wants me to get to the World Cup. Like I see people disrespecting Sweden by saying we won't make the freaking World Cup. I see AD's video that he don't predict Sweden to come first, which is disrespectful, by the way. I know we lost to Luxembourg yesterday, but we feel it like a C team. Or B team.
I mean, I predicted like Sweden to make it from the second round. I didn't think they'd win the group over Switzerland, but you never know.
Switzerland hasn't been good though. Like
they did pretty well in 2018 though. Sweden.
I mean,
not Italy on the qualifier.
But the fact that he's saying Peru, man, like this is disgusting for Albert, man.
Like I mean, it's making him happy. I mean, his nation are kind of.
Albert, Peru is not making it, by the way.
I can't believe how Guerrero scored.
That 7th spot is mine, by the way. That 7th spot is mine.
We'll see about that. Anyways, eventually New Zealand will take the same route than Australia. I moved to other convention competition. I still feel like New Zealand won't do it. I don't think they'll do it.
You send New Zealand to CONMEBOL, Peru won't still qualify.
And how could New Zealand arch and affect this format itself? New Zealand plays against rugby teams. All of the matches are final 6-0, etc. New Zealand is a rugby nation.
Nah.
Do you get any realistic chance to New Caledonia tomorrow? No.
Honestly, I think they have a chance. I mean, New Caledonia, like they're not as bad, but like they could beat New Zealand on their day. Who knows how New Zealand will approach that game?
Wait. So you're telling me? Okay, so there's like 1%. Wait, what is that quote again? 1% chance, 99% faith. I'll go with that.
Yeah, it's the same with Chile, like 99 faith. By the way, like maybe I can give it 3%. But
CONMEBOL, UEFA, AFC, CAF, CONCACAF, OFC. Okay, I guess that's pretty fair.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I would agree. Like if CONMEBOL would be crap if Peru gets qualified, but yeah.
Yeah, this year's AFC format keeps it until then. You have qualification chance in 3 stages. A Nations League CAF would be more interesting than AFCON every 2 years. No. Respect the AFCON, man. Respect the AFCON.
I mean, like Jamie Carragher said, by the way. I'm not gonna say that because I will be in trouble. And I will be attacked by Africans. So
okay, let's move. CAF's currently dominate for North African teams like Egypt, Morocco, Algeria. You only have Senegal on this level.
Yes.
What do you think Greenland requested to play in CONCACAF as Denmark gave green light? They're not going to go. I don't think they'll join.
You know what will be there? Greenland beats
imagine if Greenland beats the USA if they play them at home. That'd be crazy.
I'm imagining a sabbatical that happens. They don't use qualifiers now, but Africa's dominated by North and West Africa, not just North. They'll start for being late. Streets never forget Italy, Northern Macedonia game. No, at least it loses. Everything is. If I don't hear AFC CAF CONMEBOL, then the stream is wrong. Well, we said CONMEBOL.
And we said for the last qualifying though, FP7. We weren't talking about like this year specifically. I think last year FC's like format wasn't. Or like I guess qualifiers as a whole weren't as good compared to like what they are now, but
yeah, I do feel like AFC have upgraded. Did CAF upgrade or downgrade, guys, for the new format?
They upgraded because now they get a better like I guess like format now. We have like the 9 groups of 6 teams with the group winners making it against like teams that like basically missed out because of the playoffs from like 2022 gives them like a better chance of making, like Algeria, Egypt. They're gonna make it now.
Yeah, Peru, no offense. Africa needs its traditional teams to return to their levels like such Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Ivory Coast.
Facts.
Rules by North African teams now.
Peru is garbage, by the way. Everyone knows that.
Respect for it, man.
But no, they're nice. No, we can't win because this bum, he brings in Diego freaking Valdez, who's garbage.
He's the double agent, man. Double agent.
Instead of a guy who is in very good form. He starts Vargas and we start to get long ball to him. When we have like a 195 centimeter striker on the bench.
Okay, every 7 games says, how are people saying UEFA is literally one of the most unfair ones? Yeah, I think that's if anything, the most unfair is probably CAF in the past. It's probably the CAF past. UEFA is not the most unfair, bro. It is not. I disagree with that.
If it was unfair, we'd be seeing teams like England, Spain miss out from the World Cup. But
I mean, it would be funny if I pray for England to miss out. I pray. I can't stand England.
It's coming.
Especially because obviously I have Matt as a friend, so I can mock him because he keeps talking shit about me saying Sweden could win the World Cup.
They could win the Women's World Cup though.
I mean the men's World
Cup. The men's team though at the moment.
If you ask me which teams that I'm scared of, and I name you them in the men's World Cup. I'm only scared of 3 teams.
Are they like Brazil? Oh wait, no, Brazil's not scary now.
Nah, for me, Argentina.
Yeah.
And probably Spain. That's the only, and maybe France, but they have the Champs, and he's freaking clown.
Well, this next World Cup's gonna be his last one. I heard though.
If you tell me Sweden Portugal final, Sweden wins.
I don't know about that. Anyways, although I guess it has less is intense. Hopefully, Sweden Chile qualify for the World Cup. Get knocked out.
This agenda is disgusting. Actually, I mean, FP7. Where about your nation making it? So, at least
I have an idea. USA, Sweden, Chile, and the UAE.
I mean, we'll be there. USA to get 4th. Chile 3rd, UAE 2nd, Sweden 1st. 9 points. No, exactly, Albert. Nobody raised the shops.
Hey, AD, I have a question. If the USA was playing in these qualifiers, how do you think they would do? Do you think they would like struggle like to make it at all? I mean,
wait, which confederation?
No, it's like if the USA played in CONCACAF for these qualifiers, even though they already make it, how would you think they'd do?
Nah, I think I'd still be fine in the CONCACAF. Now,
honestly, you put USA in CONMEBOL, you get 3rd.
Yeah.
No, you get 3rd.
No, stop it.
No, you get legit. You get 3rd.
No, we don't. Okay.
No, you get 3rd behind Argentina and probably Ecuador. How it looks right now.
No, we I don't think we advanced from CONMEBOL, to be honest with you.
I mean, Paraguay could probably beat us if we played them. Colombia, they beat us like 5-1 before the Copa America, but now they've kind of like declined a little bit. I don't know how that would go. But
when you meet Pulisic, your downfall starts to happen. By the way, just saying. So yeah, big up to Inter. By the way, big up to Inter.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what? Let's do this hypothetical thing since you guys brought it up. This is an interesting one. So I'll tell you guys how USA do. So USA would be bad at CONMEBOL. We'd probably get playoffs at best. Africa, now to be honest with you, Africa, I'm not sure.
Bad. I think that's like if you look at the CONMEBOL teams right now. Are you looking right now or like the best?
We have to start from the very beginning. We have to start from the very beginning of the qualifiers. I feel like we would be like maybe playoffs at best case scenario. And even that, I'm not really sure.
Who is above you?
Probably the top 6. That's right there right now. I think Argentina's better. Brazil's better. I think Ecuador's better. Colombia's better. Paraguay's better.
The Ecuador. That's. I think Ecuador. and USA. I wouldn't say you're similar, but you're very close. Like it's not that really horrible between you guys. 'Cause I think USA would definitely beat the likes of Bolivia, Peru, Venezuela. I don't know. Venezuela, you probably would beat. Then you have Chile. I don't know how that will end up. Hopefully, you lose. But then you have, like, I don't know with USA. Like, it depends if USA turn up or not.
No, and then let's. Okay. Now Africa.
You'll
honestly,
get smoked. You'll get smoked.
No, I don't think we make it through. I don't think we qualify from Africa.
Yeah, USA does pretty bad away. Even like the last qualifying in 2022, they only beat Honduras away, and Honduras had a really bad campaign then.
Yeah, I think we'd be screwed. Honestly,
USA's away form is not good.
Yeah, so Africa is like 50. I think we could maybe make Africa. It's like 50-50, but still, I would still lean no.
Yeah.
Asia.
Well, Japan would definitely beat us. Japan would definitely beat the US.
Yeah.
Well, if Japan and the US played, Japan would win that. I think they're doing too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Okay, so what about Asia?
I don't know about some of the other teams though.
I think South Korea beats.
It depends.
South Korea, for sure.
How if USA play Japan, how do you see that game going? Like
we're losing.
I feel like it'd go like it did in 2022 before the World Cup, because I remember they played in a friendly then, and the US lost like 2-0. They got kind of outplayed in that too. Yeah.
Okay, so how would you? Okay, so USA and Asia. How would Asia be like?
USA go pro.
Well, I think USA would probably be like. They'd definitely be better than like some of the Central Asian countries like Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan. They'd beat those guys, I think. Pakistan as well, like the South Asia region. I think they're better than Southeast, but I'm looking at like the top 5. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure how they do with Australia. They'd probably, if they played them away, they'd probably tie that. Korea, honestly, I'm not sure with like South Korea, because they drew to Oman the other day. Their home form is looking kind of shaky. I don't think
South Korea are that really good, but
okay, and so then USA will qualify for OFC. I'm confident on that one.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you have to disown your whole country, basically.
Okay, so what about UEFA, guys? The United States.
Nah.
I'm saying no.
No, I mean, we're not better than like England. England would probably beat us. Spain would. Portugal could.
Yeah.
I know in the past we've done well against Portugal at the World Cup, but still. Germany could beat the US.
Yeah, UEFA definitely no. I say
UEFA Sweden would beat USA.
UEFA definitely no. CONMEBOL definitely no. And then Asia and Africa has been 50-50 for me, I guess. So, yeah, let's read some guys' comments. Where are we? Greenland Ultras.
Yeah.
6 with only 3 winners is unfair because Morocco is a pod 1 team with lesser weak teams like Mali and Nigeria are pod 1 as well. Yeah, I guess you could say. I'm gonna say 1-up versus CAF versus a CONMEBOL competition.
Will be the Nigeria Chile. Bring it.
I think CAF versus AFC would be more interesting, in my opinion. Don't say literally. Good point. Sweden could win the Women's World Cup. Yeah, Sweden's gonna win the Women's World Cup.
This agenda, man. This agenda. You'll see, Matt. You'll see.
Oh, I already just jumps. Remember earlier when AD asked how they would do UEFA? Sweden is one of the teams Japan can beat.
No, Japan would not beat Sweden.
No. I don't know.
That's right.
No, we both have dog shit. No, we both have dog shit defending, but the problem is, look at the attack. You have an elite attack against a very good attack. You have who literally can score like 3 goals and win the game. You have Gyökeres who can score like 2 goals. Then you have Kulusevski who can take like 3 assists. Like
I agree, Sebastian.
Sweden would beat Japan. I'm very confident.
I'm not saying they won't. I'm not saying like Sweden won't beat Japan, but it just I don't know how. Like I don't think they could at the moment. I'm not saying like they're terrible where they lose that easily, but they could give a pretty good fight to them.
New Dimension Steve McCall says USA be fine, but they aren't that good either. USA is making third accountable, maybe seventh max. I agree. I want Japan to make a deep run. If Belgium didn't stun Japan 2018, it could have been Japan making passes.
No,
It
Japan
depends
in
how
the
you
last
look
World
at it,
Cup was
because-
just disappointing. Because
I mean,
I mean,
how are people looking at it from the USA and CONMEBOL? Like, is it how the teams are playing right now or the past years?
Yeah.
So obviously, right now, if USA goes against Venezuela, Chile, Bolivia, Peru, you'll probably win versus these teams. And I'm being serious. You will.
Okay, guys, let's get back on topic. Cabas 50 Nation, CONMEBOL's 10, and now matches 64 team. Or between both of them. Wow. You guys get easily make second CONMEBOL. Nope, no, Albert, you're going crazy. That's crazy.
Sweden against Nigeria. I need that, by the way. I need some
That's what-
Nigerian tears, by
Messi.
the way.
USA exposed Messi, Argentina, JK Low. No, I agree every side. Okay, maybe too bad. I can see it. Pochettino is a top 10 manager. Tim Reed's like American Pepe.
Man,
Okay,
hey,
Albert,
man,
you're going
stop it.
crazy, bro. Albert, you're going
Thank
crazy.
God Peru
he's
won.
so
not the
shameless.
one.
He knows
Thank
we're
God.
bad. He was.
You know what?
No.
You know what this world needs? Peru to bottle the playoff in the last match day.
Okay.
That's what
Africa's
I
50
need.
50. Cormor's a surprise Africa that's up playing. USA vs Canada will be free hit. Japan beats the United States, but USA plays competitive games versus South Korea, Saudi, Iran. Japan would be top 5 in the current CONMEBOL qualifying.
I mean, it
Ooh.
depends how USA play against Japan, though.
Japan could be part 2 UEFA. UEFA's no for United States. Japan players are top teams in UEFA's Big 4 leagues. Canada. I agree with that, Matt. USA would never make a UEFA low.
I mean,
Not a good
the
chance.
problem is Albert agree with anything. Like, if I say Peru would make 7th, he would agree with that.
If you
I'm not
said
sure about that.
Peru will
Anyway.
win this World Cup, maybe he would agree with that too.
Yeah, but you can be
like,
Albert.
Peru is beating Sweden in the World Cup. Look,
Okay,
he
guys,
will.
what?
No, he will agree on that, by the way.
Okay,
Oh
what is this
my
comic?
God! Oh my, that's
No,
disgusting.
no.
I mean, oh my God! I mean,
Good lord.
she don't need without the qualify, honestly.
Oh man, that's crazy. See, he's
How is that 50-50? I don't get how that's 50-50, by the way.
What's that reason that Japan doesn't have a good defense? Yeah, Japan's defense is decent, man. It's not bad.
They play against weak nations, man.
I was very Yushi in Ito since 19 earlier. So we beats Nigeria like South true. Team more finals. Peru versus Venezuela, Bolivia versus Venezuela, Bolivia versus Chile. Yes, I agree. Anyways, I think we went up a bit of an off tangent there the last few minutes. So, anyways, I think we'll wrap it up, guys. That is it for your World Cup qualifiers best. So, I hope you guys did enjoy today's stream. It was kind of good to have you guys here. And yeah, the next stream will be the weekend recap, of course. That I'll be doing that. You guys are gonna vote for which confederation, which World Cup qualifiers video. I'm gonna do a big review or like a individual video. So as of right now, it's gonna probably be a big review because most of you guys are voting that. So yeah, any last words from you guys before round off?
No, it's actually had a great time being able to talk about the qualifying, like comparing all these regions from like the last cycle, kind of breaking down which ones we felt was better, like ranking them and stuff. It was very interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was good to have you on for the first time ever, man. Arman. So
yeah, thank you. Nice
for joining,
being able to talk to you.
Yeah, so hope you guys did enjoy today's stream. You guys like, subscribe. Let me see how many likes we're on before round off, guys. So we are currently at, let me just double check. We're currently at let's see. Currently at 14 likes. Okay, 14 likes is pretty good. 14 likes is pretty good. So remember, guys, like the stream on your way out, guys. Remember, guys, like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.